Hey guys, my name is Connor, and welcome to Nerd Paradise. This is going to be a very casual voiceover for a video that I honestly had no idea how I was going to approach, mostly because I had no idea how I was going to be approaching the model kit that I put together in the video. I don't really have any experience with model kits. I had like a very simple statue model kit of classic Thor back when I was a kid that I never actually finished. I had to glue it together and paint it, and I never ended up doing it. So this is really the first experience I ever had with any kind of Gunpla or, I guess Gundam style model kits. I don't know any of the terminology, I don't really know what anything means or how anything works. I've just got no experience with these kinds of things. This model kit in particular is the Flame Toys Furai Rodimus from IDW Comics. So to pack that to unpack that, Flame Toys is the company who makes it. The line in particular is Furai, which is like their model kits. They're like articulated action figures, really. And Rodimus is from the IDW run specifically. At least what I recognize him from is the More Than Meets the Eye run, which is one of my favorite comics of all time. Like right up there with like Mighty Thor, God of Thunder. It's just a great run. And I genuinely, I saw this on Amazon Australia. I saw what the design was, and I'd always wanted to try model kits. So I thought, okay, you know what? It's a design I love from a comic I love. It's a model kit. I'm gonna give it a go, and it actually ended up being quite a bit of fun. I I was nervous going into it. I thought I would get something wrong. I'd break one of the pieces. I was told online that some of the pieces can be a bit fragile. And it actually ended up being that none of the pieces seem all that fragile to me, at least not like, overwhelmingly so. Everything kind of feels quality, of a decent quality, at least to me. The actual getting the pieces out of the frames was actually quite easy, except for like one or two pieces where the the part of the frames that connect to the pieces were very close to like small parts, and I was scared that I would like chip them or accidentally cut those parts instead. There were a few times where I wasn't sure where I was actually cutting because not because it wasn't clear. I'm just not sure what I'm looking for. So I sort of took a little bit of extra time than I think some people would putting this together. It took about 3.5, maybe 4 hours to put all this together. I've been able to condense that down into about 5 minutes of footage overall. I decided to only record me putting together one arm and one leg because it's basically the same thing twice, and I only had so much battery in my phone to record everything. Not sure about the angle I did with the camera, to be honest. This is the best angle I could get, at least I could find at the time. So hopefully this gives you a good view of everything, and hopefully you can see what I'm actually doing here. I mean, like, look, I really enjoyed putting this together. Like genuinely, it was so much fun. I knew I would enjoy it. It was either I was going to really enjoy it or find it ultimately frustrating, but still feel like I achieved something by the time I got to the end of it. And luckily, I enjoyed it and still felt like I achieved something when I got to the end of putting this all together. I also felt a bit sad when I got to the end. As much as I enjoyed the fact that I had successfully completed this model kit, I was also kind of sad that there was no more to do because I really enjoyed the process overall. So I think I'm kind of hooked in a way. I think I'm definitely going to have to go get more of these kits. Have to maybe get Autobot Megatron from IDW. Have to get IDW Prime, even though Optimus wasn't really in a lot of the IDW books I really like. I feel like I probably should go get them. Definitely looking forward to trying more in the future, though. So that's a good sign. I guess if there's any sign that I enjoyed myself and that this kit was worth getting, is that I enjoyed myself, and I feel like it was a good price for the fun I got out of it. And that's just from the building, mind you, because this kit, like most kits, isn't just a really fun thing to put together. It's actually also just a really, really good action figure. I really personally enjoy non-transforming Transformers toys, and this like when they're highly articulated action figures, I should be very specific. Like if they're highly articulated, very well detailed action figures of designs I like from Transformers, I really really like those as toys. And this is just one of those. First of all, it looks awesome, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that it is a great design from the comics. Its colors are vibrant and bright. The yellows, the reds, the oranges are brilliant. I love everything about it. Just on a visual aspect, just in a standard stance, just in a neutral pose, it looks great. But this thing can pose, man. The articulation is awesome. He's got a ball joint in the neck, a hinge at the bottom of the neck, his shoulder pads and his spoiler on his back can hinge and move around to get out of the way, so you can make use of the ball joint in the torso that acts kind of like a butterfly joint that also goes up and down. His shoulders hinge forward, double jointed elbows. His wrists only swivel, but I've seen in other figures from this same line that some of the wrists are actually hinge pins. So that's not standard for all of these figures. You've also got like a ball joint at the diaphragm and a ball joint at the waist, so there's a bunch of articulation there for like ab crunching and twisting. Some of the pieces of the knee move around, not the knee, sorry, in the hip move around to allow him some articulation with the legs. The legs actually do a drop down on like a ball joint and a hinge, so you can get some extra kick in them. They kick forward and back, and they split quite a bit of a distance. There's also a bicep swivel as well as a thigh swivel. A single jointed knee, but it goes really deep. Ball joint in the ankle. There's also a hinge in the ankle that allows him to get some good ankle pivot. The foot hinges forward more than it hinges back. And there's a bit of heel movement as well. So overall, quite a lot of posability in this figure. Combining that with just how good it looks and the fact that it's a very light thing. Because of the type of plastic they use, it's actually very light, and it's very easy to pose on like a flight stand or to get him to balance. He balances very well. He does come with accessories as well. He's got interchangeable hands. He's got fisted hands, open hands, and he's got trigger finger hands, which hold the two guns he comes with. I was a little bit taken aback by how you actually do it. You actually unplug the palm and the thumb from the hand, and then you put the gun on the hand and then replug the hand back together around the gun handle, and it kind of clips into place like that. That's how you get him holding his guns. I didn't see that coming. But it's cool. It works. It works well enough for me. The guns do sit in there because of that, of course. They don't fall out, which is good. The guns themselves look really cool, and they also come with the added functionality of being able to combine into a bigger rifle, which is really cool, although I prefer him to go akimbo with the two smaller guns, even though the bigger rifle is cool. It's a lot more fun to pose them with the two separate guns, especially because without any wrist hinges, certain poses with that rifle aren't as easy to achieve. Overall, though, great posability, light, so it poses very well in a lot of situations, looks amazing, has some pretty cool accessories overall, and it's all for a pretty decent price point. And this is all to say without painting him, putting all the stickers on him. People who have got great skills with paint, or can apply the stickers better than I can, they will be able to make this guy look even better than I do. And certainly the product images do look better. They are painted up, a lot of product images, and man, they do look really cool. The images in this video will be on one of our many Instagrams, so there'll be a link in the description to those. Go check those out as well. That'd be amazing. And yeah, thank you for watching this video all the way to this point. Hope you enjoyed. And I will hopefully see you visiting Nerds Paradise soon. Have a great day. I'm so bad at outros, it's not funny.